Hi again, fourth graders, and welcome to session 11 of our Writer's Workshop. Today we're going to be working on building a cohesive draft, a draft that comes together. I'm going to introduce to you a couple of points to help us to bring our story that we've been working on together as we build the final draft. Whenever you are building something such as a building or a piece of furniture, all the materials are laid out at the beginning and it kind of looks like a mess. It's kind of like when we open a box and we get all the directions and all the different pieces all laid out in the living room. Then all of a sudden pieces are put together and it actually resembles the end product. Well, this is like our essay writing. The time now has come to put everything together and to make our work resemble an actual essay. Writers, today we will learn that writers put materials together by using a few techniques. First, they arrange their writing pieces in order that they choose for a reason. Second, they use transitional words, almost like cement between bricks, holding one bit of material onto the next. Third, they repeat key words from their thesis statement or their topic sentences. Help me decide what order to put the material into, and we'll start piecing our draft together. My father taught me to love work. At the end of summer, my father took me sailing. I was sad that vacation was over, but Dad seemed happy. He whistled as we got back to the harbor as the sun was setting. "I'm glad vacation is over," he told me. "Why?" I was shocked. "I miss work," he said. Seeing him so happy to go back to work made me realize that work could be wonderful. Every Christmas morning, my dad set off for the hospital carrying a waffle iron, ready to make waffles for all the doctors and patients. Dad wasn't sad to go. I asked him why he didn't send someone else, and he admitted he liked going to work. "It's my hobby," he said. I wanted to grow up and find work that I loved as much as he loved his. Well, a common way that writers order evidence is chronologically. That means they put the evidence in order of what happened first, next, and last. If we were to set up our story chronologically, my father taught me to love work, then the story about Christmas, and finally the summer of sailing. That is in order of how the year advances. Another way to order evidence is to order by rank, from least to most powerful. This means you order your evidence by what is least powerful or emotional or surprising to what is the most powerful or emotional or surprising. If we take the story that this person wrote, this student would say that my father taught me to love work, which is the reason. They would put the summer story second and the Christmas story third, because it's the most powerful and means the most to this student. So these are some things that you need to consider. What order are you going to be putting your evidence and reasons? Which way feels more right for your evidence? You're going to be doing that in today's writing lesson. Spend some time today deciding how you want to organize your evidence and start assembling it. Rather than copy or recopy or tape or use staples, I'm going to ask you to put numbers. You can put with a different colored pen or a blue or a red pen the numbers 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and so on in the order that you want to have your paragraphs written, your pieces of evidence, if you will. That way, when it comes time to start writing your story, you'll have the number order that you can follow. So today I'm going to ask you to put your story in number order in terms of the different pieces of information that you've written. Well, not only do you need to put your evidence in order, but you also need to put your reasons in order. When we started our story several lessons ago now, we wrote 3 pieces of evidence or 3 reasons to help support your thesis statement. Well, now you need to look at your plan and decide how to order your reasons. using the same ways we learned for ordering evidence. Here's a great example of that. My father is my most important teacher. My father taught me to love work. My father taught me that one person can make a difference. My father taught me to love writing. Well, should I order these chronologically? How about rank them? What order would you put these bullet points in? This is a good example for us to think about your reasons. Remember, today we can shift our reasons, evidence, and mini stories around to make them fit the best way that we want our story to be. So right now, think in your mind about how your reasons might go. When you recopy and combine your material, you need to cement it together. And one way you can do this is through transition words. Some examples of transition words to cement together the evidence inside a paragraph would be words like, one example that shows this is, for instance, or one time. When you want to add on, use words like also, in addition to, or another example shows this is. These are the same paragraphs before using transition words. This is the example we used earlier with the father. But now, as you can see what's underlined, we've cemented together this paragraph by saying one reason my father is my most important teacher is. You'll notice the words for example or another example that shows this is. That helps to bring together or cement our story. You're going to want to put some transition phrases and words in your story as we get ready to write our story. Well, there's a lot here. Look over all of the material in your writing and use this information to rehearse your first paragraph in your head. We are getting closer and closer to writing our essay. So what I'd like you to do is, for our practice today, not write the entire essay yet. No, that's on hold yet. But I want you to do what we practiced in our lesson today. And that is to work on ordering your ideas. Put your reasons and evidence by putting those numbers, that 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in a particular order, using chronological order, least to most powerful, etc. Whatever order you want to put them in that you feel makes the most sense. Add a couple of transitional words like next or after that. Put those in the story. And with that, we're going to send you off to work on your writing today. Good luck, and let's work on ordering your ideas and reasons. Get started.